Alright, y'all, here to do. Make sure it's recording. Alright, first of all, I just want to say that this is serious, and I just want to explain that I've been having visions and dreams since I was a young little girl. And ever since I made that known online, I've been attacked spiritually. I've been undergoing spiritual warfare for the past 2 years. Non-stop, and by Muslims, Islamists coming in my dreams trying to convert me, attacking me, doing crazy things in our dreams. And I'm gonna tell you right now something you probably don't know about dreams is that, well, I'm not going to go into it because that's not what this video is about. I want to encourage all law enforcement to look into this information I'm about to share. This was a vision that was given to me before this incident taken place, and I was wrestling with the fact of sharing this because I know that the black community and how they can be about race and things like that. And it's not fair, it's not right, because first of all, Nolan wouldn't have been hanging around these white kids had he not felt comfortable. He'd been going to school with these kids and had known them for a long time. They hung out, went on trips together. This was not the first time. They were very close, and I just want to say that it wasn't a race issue. I'm going to clarify that right now. It was not a race issue. All right, and I had to write this down, like it's front and back. I had to write this down to make sure that I gave it to you the exact way that God gave it to me. Okay. Disclaimer, this is a vision. This is not classified as facts, and these are alleged. All right. This is just entertainment purposes only. Let's just put that out there, okay? But I'm going to tell you right now that all visions been given to me since I was young have all came true. I even posted one about Trump and his demise. So I know facts about Trump that nobody else knows because of these visions. All right, into it. All right, I'm just going to say, start off that Nolan's best friends, the ones that are being accused of foul play, they were not involved here. Okay, none of them were. Nolan was not on that boat. He stayed behind to be with this girl. The girl he was staying behind for when he decided to stay on the island. He wanted to be with this girl, period. He wanted to stay with her, spend the weekend with her. That was his plan. He wanted to stay with her as long as he could. He didn't really care about hanging out with friends. Okay, so after the boat was sinking and everybody left, I want to say that there was several couples and people that hung around and stayed later than everybody else. In this specific area where Nolan and this female was, it was late, and from what I see, it was pretty much quiet, like people were leaving, and I'm guessing this was in between 10, midnight, 1 a.m. It was that late. And so it was this Nolan and the girl, I don't know what her name was. I didn't catch that in the news because I didn't want the facts and things like that surrounding it to invade what I'm about to tell you. Now, the only thing that I seen online is about the 4 friends or 7 friends or whatever that had a boat that was sinking and they called out for help. I know that he was on the island. I know that he stayed behind with some girl. That's all I know. That's all I got as far as the news. I didn't catch any other details. I just know that everybody's raising a stink about it possibly being a race issue. And I'm going to say it again. This is not a race issue. Okay? Now, I'm going to go into this. It's quite lengthy. Just stay with me. Okay? If you want the details, the intimate details, every little step of Nolan's last moments, I'm about to give it to you. Okay? So, at around, in between 11 p.m. and 2 a.m., that's the time frame I'm going to give it, without knowing anything about the time of death or anything like that. Okay? I'm going to say it's in between 11 and 2 a.m. So, it was Nolan, this girl, and possibly 2 or 3 other couples. I'm only seeing 2 other couples sitting around what looked like a campfire. Okay, and they're just sitting there drinking, hanging out, having a good time. Nolan, this girl, and 2 other couples. Because it was late, most people were leaving. Now, I'm not saying that they were the only people on the island. There could have been other people on the island, but it was only these in this one area that I'm seeing in the vision. Okay, so they was drinking, hanging out, having a good time, talking, eating, whatever, just chilling, and all of a sudden, I'm going to call him the X. The X showed up, or a guy that's jealous of Nolan and the girl's relationship, possible relationship. Them even hanging out, this guy got jealous, okay? But he didn't make that known. Now, Nolan and the girl knew that there would possibly be an issue as soon as this guy showed up directly to their campfire. But this ex, or person of interest, I'm just going to say that, showed up and, died it down, saying, oh, I'm cool, I just want to hang out, I have no issue, I respect, da-da-da-da-da, it's all good. I just want to hang out, have a good time with y'all. I have no animosity or any kind of feelings about y'all being together. It's all good. Let's just hang out. I got a bunch of beer. I got alcohol. I got food. Let's chill. So, even though Nolan and that girl felt uncomfortable with this, outside of their better judgment, they stayed. I know the girl was like, we just need to leave. I don't think this is a good idea. We just need to go. And that's when the ex heard that and was like, no, I promise. It's all good. Just, I'm good. Here, let's drink. Let's have a good time. So, as long as that ex or guy was there, they were uncomfortable. So, they would kind of keep back on drinking. They wouldn't drink as much. They kind of babysit beer, But they stayed there and hung out for a while. After this ex started over drinking, like he was power drinking, slamming beers, okay, and he started getting passive aggressive. He started getting passive aggressive about the relationship, saying obnoxious things indirectly. I can't tell you what he was saying, just being obnoxious, passive-aggressive about Nolan and this girl's friendship, relationship situation. And so the other 2 couples were standing up for Nolan and this girl, saying, what is going on with you? You need to chill, calm down, whatever. They were able to calm the situation down, and he was like, I'm sorry. The ex was like, I'm sorry. Didn't mean anything by it. It's all good. So the girl and Nolan wanted to leave, but they didn't have a boat. They needed to find somebody to leave with, because they stayed behind. So going on through the night after this incident, the other couples were wanting to go home, and they offered Nolan and this girl a ride, and they was like, hey, we can give you a ride back to wherever, land or whatever you need. But we're going to go. We're going to pack up and go. It's getting late, da-da-da. So, Nolan and the girl was like, yeah, we should go. And the ex was like, no, I got a boat right here. I'll take you. It's all good. I'm good. I can take you wherever you want to go. I promise. It's all good. It's all good. So Nolan was like, we need to go. And this girl was like, we need to go. But like I said, the ex encouraged them to stay and hang out. And so they stayed. I don't know why, but they stayed. And so the couple was like, are you sure? The two other couples that was there was like, are you sure? And they were like, yeah, we'll go and stay. We'll trust this ex to give us a ride. They didn't feel like anything bad would happen. And, that they didn't feel like there would be any reason why he would not give them a ride back to shore. So sorry for that delay. Okay, so here's where I'm at. Nolan and female finally gave in and agreed to stay and leave with the ex later. So the other couples left. Nolan and female and ex continued to drink. The ex continued to drink generously. The ex began to overdrink again and become obnoxious again. But he backtracked. And so a little bit after the other couples left, Nolan and the girl wanted to leave. So they started to pack up all of their stuff and put it on the boat. And, got distracted again. Okay, where I left off was while things were cooled off, Nolan and the girl wanted to leave. They were ready to go, so they talked the ex into leaving. The ex didn't want to leave. He was like, come on, let's hang out a little bit more, we're having a good time, he thought. But the whole time, Nolan and the girl was uncomfortable. But anyway, he decided to go ahead and leave because Nolan and the girl insisted. So they started to pack up the boat with their things. The girl got on the boat first, then the ex, because the ex had to start the boat up and get ready to leave. So the girl, Nolan was the last person to get on the boat. The girl left her purse behind or something like that, so Nolan had to go back and grab the purse for her. When on his way back from grabbing the purse, he handed her the purse, and then he tried to get up on the boat. The ex wouldn't let him get up on the boat. And the ex went up to the drive-in, and he started to go and leave Nolan. Well, the girl was fighting him. The girl was fighting the ex. No, you're not leaving. What are you doing? No, fighting him. And she would stop the boat. And the ex would get angry at her and fight with her. While they were fighting in the boat, Nolan was swimming as hard as he could to get to the boat. He would get really close and grab the end of the boat. There were times he even got his knee up on the back. Well, the ex realized he was getting on the boat, and he would push Nolan off back into the water, and then he would go back up and make the boat move. He would move forward away, trying to leave Nolan, and Nolan would be sitting there swimming towards the boat, swimming as hard as he could to get to the boat to try and hurry up and get it, because he didn't want to be left behind. So he kept chasing the boat, and each time the girl was fighting him as hard as she could. She was like, don't, slapping him, jerking on him, you're not leaving him, what are you doing, what are you doing? And she was trying to jump off to stay with Nolan. He wouldn't let her. The ex was like, no, you ain't going nowhere, you're staying here with me. And she would try to stop the boat. And again, she would stop the boat, and Nolan would get touching the boat on the back end, try to climb on. The ex would come back and kick him off. And finally, after 3 times of this happening, she stopped the boat again. As the ex went back to kick Nolan off, she would stop the boat, and the ex would kick Nolan off. And then finally the ex either hit her or knocked her out, tied her up. All I know is I didn't hear her anymore in this vision. She was not fighting anymore. She was not talking anymore. My guess is he hit her and knocked her out. At this point, the ex went back to the boat, made sure Nolan wasn't on. All this time, Nolan's swimming to the boat. Every time it leaves, he keeps swimming out further and further. Every time the boat left, he tried to get on, knocked off. He would swim, try to get to the boat. He'd get knocked off. Swim, try to get to the boat. He'd get knocked off, okay? Then, by the time this girl got knocked out or whatever, the ex left. But Nolan didn't even realize how far he swam out. Now, I did learn that there's a long ways you can go where there's still chest deep or whatever. You still can feel the floor. Well, then there's a drop off. My guess is he hit that drop off. He was probably further out from where there's ground. So he had swim a good ways out past the drop off. And at this point, he's already tired from fighting, swimming, all this adrenaline running through his. And by the time the boat went off, he was already going underwater, trying to keep himself up. And I can see him. I can taste the water in my mouth right now. He was just trying to get up, and he's seen the boat just leave, and he was looking back, and it's dark. Like, it's dark out there. There might have been some people or some lights. I didn't see people, but I seen through, no, like I can taste the water, and I can see through Nolan's eyes. He's looking back, and he's seeing how far the island is away from where he's at. And he's like, man, he's already going under, trying to keep himself up. And so he was like, screw it, I'm going to try and make it back as fast as I can. So he's swimming, trying to make it back, and he's just going under. Trying to swim, he's going under. And finally, he couldn't do it anymore. And he just went under, and that's when he drowned. So I'm going to tell you right now, that's what happened. Those are the details. Do not take what I'm telling you and running with it, but I do want to encourage law enforcement to look into this. They may already know some details like this, and they may not. They may not even know that there's an ex or a person that maybe was in love with this girl and wanted to get with her and was jealous that her and Nolan got together before they can get together. Now, I don't know that. The way I'm picking it up is that there was this guy, Nolan, and the girl knows that this guy is a problem, or had a problem with them being together. So, like I said, they got uncomfortable and wanted to leave right away. From this guy encouraged them that everything's going to be good. They stayed behind. The two other couples left. They decided to stay behind, and that's when everything happened. Now, I believe the girl got knocked out. I don't believe that he tied her up or anything, because I didn't hear her fight anymore. I didn't hear her say anything anymore. So I believe he hit her and knocked her out. And then he left with the boat. Like I said, Nolan was already tired and worn out from fighting, trying to get on the boat, getting up, and he couldn't touch water. He was already way out, trying to swim back. He was at the point when the boat left him, he was already going underwater. He was already getting wore out and trying to keep himself above water. So as he was trying to swim back, he was going under. He didn't make it back far before his body just gave out, and he went underwater, and eventually he just passed out. He just passed out, or that's when he drowned. But I would encourage very, very much, law enforcement needs to check out these details. The girl is lying. She wasn't a part of this. I'm going to tell you right now. She tried to jump off the boat. She tried to be with Nolan. She did not. Once she realized that Nolan wasn't on the boat, she tried to get off. And when she knew, and being knocked out, she may not remember. Now, as hard as he hit her, she could been knocked unconscious and not remembered. Who knows? But that's what happened. Those are the details. As much as I dislike the parents and what they're trying to push with this race issue, I'm doing this out of respect for you and to try to give you comfort knowing it's not a race issue, okay? Everybody liked each other. Everybody loved each other. They were all friends. It was this ex-person, whoever this guy is. I can almost give you a description of him. Almost. I would say he's got brown hair. He's got a big build. He's not very tall. I want to say maybe 5'11". He had his own boat, like I said. And he's the one who did this. Okay. I do not know what his name is, but I wanted to give the family comfort in knowing the details surrounding their son's death, and I wanted to put to rest them accusing his friends of doing something wrong when they did nothing. They was not there. You may be able to, if you can get the girl to talk, if she can remember these details, maybe she can tell you who these other couples were that was around this campfire, or lights. I don't know if it was a fire. In the vision, it looked like a campfire, but it could have been one of those little stone things, I don't know, or a grill. I have no idea. I think it was a campfire though. But I wanted to give the family what they deserved, is details, knowing exactly what happened to their son. And I wanted to put at ease this racial issue, because it has nothing to do with race. This was not a race issue. This was over a girl. This was over that girl, or a girl. I'm pretty sure is the one that he chose to stay on the island with. But it could have been another girl. I doubt it, but it could be. I just see the girl. She got brown hair, slim, or like a brownish blonde. It's dark. All I can see is dark and a little bit of light from the fire, so I may not be correct as far as what she looks like. I want to say brown hair, light brown hair or medium brown hair, kind of about shoulder length. I haven't seen a picture of her in the news. I have no idea what she looks like except for the description I'm giving you, which could be wrong because it's at night and it's dark. Her hair could be red. It could be, black. I don't know. So I shouldn't even give a description on what she looks like, but I really want to put to rest this race issue because it's dangerous. It's very dangerous to keep pulling this race issue because our country's already going under. You don't even realize. I just want you guys to open up your eyes. Open up your eyes to what's really going on around us so that we can do our due diligence and try to prevent it and get our country back on ground in a good, safe environment, and financially, socially, and everything. Everything that's happening is dangerous. We need to fight together, all of us. But this video is about Nolan, and so these are the details. I know I kind of ramble on, and if you stayed through this whole video, I appreciate you. And if you come in these comments with negativity, I'm just going to block you, okay? These are visions that God gave me. Like I said, I can actually feel the tiredness from Nolan. I can taste the water in my mouth. I can feel the exhaustion he felt. I can feel the fear he felt. I can feel everything he felt in that moment. I can literally see him going underwater. I can see what it looked like underwater. Like I can see what he seen when he looked back. And as far as I did catch the bruising on the back of his neck, like the what they did release is this bruising, like on the back of his neck. When you drowned, okay, your body's still warm except for what's underneath the water, okay? So your body's cold except for this area. And you're probably going to lean back and soak underwater. If you ever lean back underwater and kind of back floated while you're swimming, you're going to notice your head and this area is the only thing above water. Your arms, everything else is going to be under. And when you pass away, your whole body, the blood that's left in your body is going to go to the warmer parts of your body. It's going to go there, and it's going to leave bruising, because that's where it's going to settle. Wherever your body's the warmest, that's where it's going to go. And that's why there's red on the back of his neck. He didn't get hit on the boat. He didn't get knocked out from the boat when it left. None of that happened. So he wasn't knocked out. The worst thing that happened was he was pushed off the boat and he was left. And he was exhausted to try to swim his way back to shore, which was a pretty good ways away. As he was doing that, he was already going under and he drowned that way. So, parents, please, stop making this about race. And I wanted to give you the details of your son's last moments. And these are things that happened. Okay. Law enforcement, please look into these details. And all of this is allegedly, okay, for entertainment purposes only. I don't want to be sued here. Y'all are free to share this video. Y'all are free to clip it, but do not add to this video. Do not add to it. If you're going to share it, share exactly what I said. Do not clip it and piece it together to fit your narrative. All right? Because I'll fight you every time. I will come back and I will fight you. Not fist fight you, but I will tell the truth. I will tell the truth, and I will put you on blast. Okay? I love y'all. I hope this helps. I hope this gives comfort. I know it's not fabulous news. It's a tragedy. It's sad that another young man with a promising career and future has lost his life, and it really upsets me. It upsets me that this had to happen to him. I feel how scared he was. And I just want you to know that it hurts me deeply to feel what he felt. And nobody was there that could possibly have helped him. I want you to know he tried. He tried very hard to fight and stay afloat and get back to shore. But it seemed like the harder he swam, the further he got away. The further he was away. So I don't know if there was a current or what, but I want you to know that this is not the news I wanted to give. I contemplated with sharing this. Y'all may take it as facts, y'all may not. Y'all may take it as entertainment. However you take it, do not flip it to fit a bad narrative, okay? This is not about race. Again, it's not about race. This is about a love situation. This is a love triangle situation. It didn't matter about color. I just want to add, white people don't look at color. They don't. And Nolan was always loved and treated with respect. But this is what happened. His friends were not involved. Whoever this ex or person that was jealous of Nolan and this girl's relationship is the one who caused this. So that's all I have to say. It burdens me to have to share this video with you, but I just want you to know that this is what God showed me, and I hope this helps. I hope it gives peace in knowing that I don't know. I just pray that the family have peace and strength through this time. I pray that you all can come together as a unit. I pray that you apologize to these other young men that were really close friends with Nolan, because they had no part of this. They had no part of it. And they're just being smeared all over the news and all over social media. That's totally out of pocket. You're just coming at these people sideways and threatening them and doing all that. I want to dead that. I want to dead that right here, right now. I want you to push this video. I want you to push it out. I want it to go viral because these are the facts. I want law enforcement to be able to get this video and see if something in it can help them. Okay? All right. I'm just going to say I love all of y'all. I'm sorry for the family, and I'm sorry for the ones that have been accused of this horrific thing. And I'm deeply burdened by the loss of this young man, because what I feel is he was a very loving young man, and he was very polite, and he was very respectful and well-mannered, and he was not aggressive. He was not violent in any way. And he didn't deserve this. He didn't. And I pray that justice is served the right way. And I pray that you find the perpetrator. And I pray that you get the information you need. Okay? And I hope that you find peace in knowing that these details could possibly help put the one responsible behind bars. Okay? If you made it this far, give me a like and comment what you think. Just don't be disrespectful. All right? Have a blessed day. All of y'all, I love you. Peace out.